"I don't read the newspapers anymore," cried the politician, as the blood dripped from the smile on his face. Applause went up from the crowd of soldiers. "Whatever you got, we can take it on the hip," said the politician, whose grasp of humane rights had already slipped. From days of wrongdoing came the politicians, with a chance to speak to those who had perpetrated these crimes. Thanked them, he did, gave them hope and praise, and they cheered like in a basketball stadium. The children of the world weep and cry as they see proud nations like one another kill for reasons unsure. That they take up the mantle of freedom and force it down the throats of men, of countries they have no right to. The children of the night lie up at night, fearing that they might be next. We may have done things wrong, but at the end of the day, you've got to remember, it's us that has brought to this nation peace and freedom. Oh dear, the words trickle blood from the mouths of innocents, for such an insensible statement is uttered by politicians around the world as they drink another cup of crude oil with toast and blood jam. In Whitehall and Washington they sit, ignoring documents and papers sent by the Red Cross and Amnesty International. Same old policy, ignore what you don't like and carry on doing what you're doing. Is this the way of democracy and freedom, to defy the international community's voice on humane rights? For in the camp in Iraq they treat the prisoners contrary to the Geneva Convention. The politicians say they treat the prisoners with sensory, mental deprivation and stress positions, and they say also that they abide with Geneva. Yet these are mentioned in the Convention as illegal practices, and still they are blind to the comparison. Oh, woe on them, for such a day shall surely come when totally blind shall they be, and the only way to walk is in the darkness, and from that no man can return. But for us, the peoples of two great nations, we suffer the long after effects, when every nation will look down on us with such scorn and hatred, will trust us no more, will take our medals of truth, honesty, justice, morality, democracy, and freedom away, as once we may have won them, but won them no more. Yet the average man does not see the world that I do right. He sees a world where all these events happen, but he spins them around in his little head and forgets about them in nation pride, for his country is great and can do no wrong. His prime minister or president is born and bred of the same stuff as him, and he can do no wrong. And yet so much evidence has come out of acts against freedom and democracy, and still most see past this. What does this say about the state of man? The war goes on, blood is washed off the bodies of soldiers day in and out. Evil acts are committed by both sides, so much so that to tell the good from the bad becomes a harder task. Oh, what a shame we don't live in a true world where truth ruled higher than man's ambitions, where people with genuine hearts fought for genuine things and not spinning ideas to make them appealing. Maybe this is why the mass stick to their guns despite the facts and truth. For to go beyond, it is to go crazy. For you are left with a world in so much disarray that you can't see a clear path out of it. That, my friend, is a shame.